All right, so in our last video, we talked about the addition and subtraction of integers, and we talked about what integers are. As a recap, integers are whole numbers, not fractions, and they can either be positive, negative, or zero. So they could be, anything from -1, -2, -10, and then they can go back to 0, and then they can go forward to 2, 6, 5, 10, 15, clear up to infinity. So they can go infinity, negative infinity. They can go from a negative infinity to positive infinity, and those are integers. Okay. In this video, we're going to go over multiplication and division of integers. So a key rule to multiplying integers is that two numbers with the same sign will always produce a positive. So for example, say we have 10 and we multiply it by 6, like so. Well, those are two positive numbers, right? We don't need to put the positive sign if we don't want to. If it's a positive number, you can just leave it without the positive sign. So that's a positive 10 times a positive 6, and that's going to equal 60, okay? All right, so let's take a look at a different number. So say we have -10, and we times that by -6. What's that going to equal? Well, that's going to equal 60 as well. So again, two numbers with the same sign is going to produce a positive product, okay? That's worth repeating. Two numbers with the same sign, so here's a -10 and a -6, is going to produce a positive, okay? So that's the first rule I like to go over. The second rule I'd like to go over is the rule that two numbers with different signs or opposite signs will produce a negative product, okay? So for example, say we have a -5 and we times that, all right, by 7, okay? Well, that's going to equal a -35, okay? So we have a positive 7 and we have a -5. Their signs are opposite, and they produce a -35, okay? And we could rewrite that as a -7, -7 times 5, and that's going to equal a -35 as well, okay? So these are some key rules, all right, and they're worth repeating. Let's repeat this one more time. Two numbers with opposite signs, like so, a negative and a positive, are going to produce a negative product, all right? Yet two numbers with the same sign, all right, a negative and a negative and a positive, are going to produce a positive result or a positive product, okay? All right, and then I guess another key rule, in my opinion, is that one single negative number in a group of positive numbers is going to produce a negative result or a negative product. For example, let's do an easy one. For example, say we have 2 times 3 times negative, oops, I want to try a different color there, times -4, all right, times 5 times 6. All that's going to be a negative. It's all going to produce, all those numbers are going to produce a negative. Why? Because there's just one negative in there. So for example, this and this is 6. So 6 times negative 4, okay, times 5 times 6, okay. Alright, so 6 times negative 4 is going to produce a negative 24, okay. Alright, and then we're going to have that times 5 times 6, okay. And if we do negative 24 times 5, it's going to be 120, alright, but that's going to be negative 120, like so. And then it's going to be multiplied by a positive 6, and that is going to result in negative 720. Okay? So that one negative changed the outcome of all the positives. It overpowered all the positives. Okay? Now, if, say, we multiplied it by another negative, though, you know, say we multiply it by something as simple as negative 1, then a negative and a negative, like we talked about up here, two numbers with the same sign is going to result in a positive number. So now those two negatives resulted in a positive 720. So those are some key rules that you need to understand when it comes to multiplication. All right. We'll go over the rules when it comes to division in the next video.